Hey guys, Devin Tactical here at MAXTACS, and we're talking rifle cases. MAXTACS has a whole slew of rifle cases, as you can see right here. Now, they do have a few others that are more of rifle sleeves with a little bit of storage capability, but we're not talking about those today. We're talking about the stuff you want to store rifles and take with you to the range. These are going to be the most functional bags that they have for rifles. So we're going to talk about these differences, similarities, and see which bag might be best for you. Now, first off, as you can see, there is a variety of sizes. We have the SBR case, we have the Tactical Double, we have the Classic Double, and the Heavy Duty Supreme. Let's start with smallest first, and that's going to be this guy right here. This is the SBR case, obviously designed for SBRs of the sort or similar size. If you have a short rifle that folds up, that would probably fit as well. Anything that can fit the internal space of up to 25 inches. Before I go inside this bag, the outside here has a few features, a little bit of storage on the outside, a few pouches that you can use, just enough for the accessories that you need for the range, which is perfect if you want to go out there with one gun, just your short barrel rifle or AR pistol type gun, and then a few mags, some ear pro, some eye pro, should all fit in this bag. This bag does also have locking zippers whenever you need something like that, and the inside is a very nice padded interior. 3 stability straps to hold your rifle secure. If you have maybe 2 really small guys, you could probably fit them in here. This is also not a bad option if you have really large pistols, such as like a really large open gun pistol for competition shooters. Also on the inside, which is really cool, if you're familiar with MAXTACS MITS products, you can easily attach it here because this does accept and receive hook and loop attachments. So maybe you want to go ahead, put your weapon in here, and then fit a few other organization MITS products. This is going to work pretty well with that. So that is the SBR case, perfect for your SBR type or similarly sized guns. Let's move on to the bigger boys. Now, before I get into these individually, I should note that there are a few overlapping similarities for all 3 of these bags. That's the Tactical Double, the Classic Double, and the Heavy Duty Supreme. And that is, 1, the carryability. For each bag, there are 3 ways to carry. That's via handle here. There is backpack straps on the back, and you can use a sling to carry over your shoulder. There is also going to be a grab handle on the back side of each of these, and an ID card sleeve as well. And of course, they all come with locking zippers. The Tactical Double, the Classic Double, and the Heavy Duty Supreme have a really nice rigid foam for the overall structure of the bag, and of course the protection of the rifles inside. Also, each of these bags accept and hold securely 2 rifles. Now, this is the Tactical Double, and this is the Classic Double. I'm going to talk about the similarities first before I talk about the differences. They both come in both a 36-inch, which was what we see here, and a 42-inch, which we see here. And the 36-inch, you can fit internally a rifle size up to 34. In the 42-inch, you can fit internally a rifle size up to 40 inches. Looking at the main interior first, both these bags share pretty much the same interior, assuming you get the same size. Both cases can hold 2 rifles that are stabilized via these straps right here, and you can fit the muzzle into these little corner slots right there. They both include a padded divider here to help protect your rifles from butting into each other, which also doubles as a sort of shooting mat of sorts because it's removable, which is very cool. So you can go ahead and take this off, use it as a small little padded area on a shooting table. I personally like to use stuff like this as a kind of a clean area that I can set my rifle down and maybe do some maintenance on. Typically the tables at ranges are pretty dirty and dusty, and I don't want to start lubing up my gun on something like that. Both these bags also have a really cool front pouch here for additional accessories and storage. The main front pouch on the Classic Double is going to be a bit larger than what you see on the Tactical Double, and they will actually change a little bit in size depending on the size of the case you get. So this is the 36-inch Tactical Double. If you get the 42-inch, this pouch will also reflect in that size change. It'll be a little bit bigger. Now let's go ahead and go inside these because this is where you start seeing a bit more of a change. Inside, they both have these zipper mesh pouches you see right here. So you can kind of see what's inside, and they're really easy to access. Really nice, smooth zippers. As you can see, the one on the classic double is obviously going to be much larger. On the other side is where we see a pretty significant difference between these two bags. So on the tactical double, what we have here is a main large padded zipper pouch. This is great in the case that you want to bring your rifle and also maybe a pistol as well, because this pouch is lockable. So you can go ahead, put it in there, it locks in the bag, and it's nice and padded. And there's also some straps right here, some elastic straps that you can use for magazines and the such. The classical bag on the inside here has a full hook and loop laser cut MOLLE back. You can use this with any of MAXTACS MIDS products or any hook and loop accessories or even MOLLE accessories for some added storage. MAXTACS has a few options for mag carriers. I'll typically throw in one of those, carry a few pistol mags, and then maybe a few rifle mags, and I can go ahead and move that around and change it up as I need it in case I want to change up my loadout completely when I go to a range or somewhere else with this rifle bag. And then to the obvious differences between these two bags. On the outside, we have two different kind of ways to store. The classic double has these very large kind of universal hook and loop enclosed pouches. It does have a nice little bungee strap here if you want to tighten that down. Not completely necessary, but in case you want to secure it. This is a perfect size for, I would say, typically about 2 to 3 rifle mags. You could stuff some eye pro or ear pro in there, and then any sort of just random goods in there that needs a little bit of extra space. On the tactical double, we have another hook and loop laser cut MOLLE panel on each side, so it's sleek when you want it to be, but in the case you want to add a bit more storage options. MAXTACS has a few different options. They actually have pouches just like these that you can actually attach here via MOLLE or hook and loop, and it works out great. So if you're looking for something sleeker, the tactical double is actually a pretty good option for this reason. It's sleek when you want it to be, but it has those extra options for more storage in the case you want to add on later. Whereas I would say the classic double is a good all-around bag that is generally pretty sleek profile, but has your kind of your basic necessities for storage and bringing everything you need to the range for a mid to large size rifle up to about 40 inches. On to the aptly named Heavy Duty Supreme. This is the largest, most feature-rich rifle case that MAXTACS carries, and as you can tell, there's a good reason for that. Now, this bag does come in 2 sizes as well, but it comes in the 42 and a whole 52, which is what you see here. The 52 can fit internally up to a 50-inch long gun. So let's go ahead and break this down. Similar to those other bags, you have the locking zippers in the main pouch and this larger front pouch as well. What's cool about this bag looking up front, we'll go ahead and work our way in, is that not only do you have plenty of storage up front for these guys for large items, but you also have these zippers on the side right here for smaller items, more specifically like paper, thin products. Great space for like a folded up target or some notes. I sometimes keep a notebook when I go to the range just for making notes on certain drills. Moving inside, these are perfectly sized pouches for larger items like your ear pro, your eye pro, magazines, or just, you know, something you can throw in a spotter scope, stuff like that. Each of these large pouches up front have 2 elastic straps, perfectly sized for a magazine or in any other product that you want to just kind of keep there and not get lost on the bottom. Similar to the other 2 rifle cases, we do have these very large mesh zipper pouches with a really nice smooth zipper, nice and loose to fit large to small items, and plenty of room to see what's in there. Looking on the other side of this front pouch, we have first a really nice padded divider that is also removable. Perfect size for a nice cleaning mat, and there's a reason for this because this is actually a pretty large size front pouch. The width of it is actually larger than the SBR case. So theoretically, if you have a rifle, an SBR or a AR pistol that is under about 28 inches in length. It is a little bit narrow in the space, but it would probably fit in here if you want to store that in here as well. On the back, we have the hook and loop MOLLE panel, which is great, again, for MAXTACS MITS products or any hook and loop or MOLLE accessories you want to add in here for additional storage. This panel is great. It's really nice for modularity and storage options. You can fit magazines, store your holster. It's just all around, just gives you a lot of functionality. All right, looking inside, looks a little different, right? That's because this whole panel is designed for even more functionality, storage, and modularity. That's what this whole bag is about, and this is actually why it's my personal choice of bag. There's a lot you can do with it. So we do have stability straps here for your rifle, similar to what you saw in the other cases. However, these are not stitched in. These can be moved around where needed. There's obviously what you see here, MOLLE webbing for any MOLLE products you want to attach. Also, this material here accepts hook and loop products. There's a lot you can do with this. And of course, this is on both sides. Personally, I make great use of this for the reason where I will go ahead, I want to go to the range. I don't typically carry 2 rifles. I'm good with 1 rifle when I go and do some training. So I'll have my rifle on one side, and then on the other side, I'll actually have the MAXTACS CQB belt fully loaded up, hook and looped attached to this. Stays right where it is because it has that hook and loop internal belt. Sticks on perfectly. It's amazing. I love it. One last really cool, fancy feature. You know how those other bags had a removable padded divider? Well, this one does too, but there's a little secret about this one. This one expands. You have this whole, almost, I would say you could probably use this as a shooting mat. It won't fall out by accident. Look at that bad boy. Look at that bad boy. Look how big it is. It's so big. So in the case you're in the market for a shooter mat, this guy's over 4.5 feet long. This might satisfy both those needs, your rifle case and a shooting mat, all built into one, integrated together. That's why I'm a big fan of this bag. So that covers the differences and similarities of the SBR case, the Tactical Double, the Classic Double, and the Heavy Duty Supreme Rifle case by MAXTACS. If there's anything I missed, or if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out via email, social media, leave a comment down below. They'll be happy to help with any questions you have. Check out their website at maxtacs.com. There's a lot of information on there, and there's also a few more videos that go over some of these bags. Be sure to like and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching.